Tonight on AfterBuzz TV SmackDown, one group breaks up, one group takes over commentary, and one group loses again. Plus, we got Believe That, payback predictions, and a whole lot more, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's been so long since we've heard this song.
Yay.
I'm so happy to hear it. And I'm so happy that you guys are tuning in live on AfterBuzzTV.com, the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page. You're listening on the iTunes and SoundCloud. You are liking, you are subscribing, giving them 5 stars as we talk about the wonderful world of SmackDown. And, of course, our payback predictions later on.
Yes.
Welcome to AfterBuzz TV, everybody. I am Christian Rosenberg. The Twitter, @Rosenberg, the Instagram, the Rosenberg, the T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg.
Oh, your tongue's sore. More medical bills.
More medical. Just so many damn medical bills. Gang's all back this week.
Yay.
First off, at Curtain Jerks, it is the Scott Narver.
Did you see if I was wearing a wrestling shirt? You're like, he's
Wearing what he usually wears.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Which is
good.
fabulous, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
And wearing a hungry Ryback t-shirt.
Yay.
Shocking she's wearing a Ryback shirt. But we still love her. At Chris Reports, Christy Olson.
Hello, everyone.
So, payback this Sunday, and we're prepping it this week. I'll tell you what, I think SmackDown tonight did, honestly, a really good job building up a lot of the matches for this Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Agreed.
I am in agreement as well. But it's a shame, though, we had to play this music and SmackDown didn't.
I think we heard it for like a half second when they came back from commercial.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was just my head.
Yeah, I think we wanted to hear it.
Oh.
So.
You wanted to believe in Damien Sandow's theme song.
I love to believe.
You could say the man's a social outcast.
You could. He'd fit right in.
You fit right in. There's an opening.
Yeah, he'd be their king.
He would be their king of the social outcasts.
Hot pink hot pants king.
Nice. So let's get into this week's SmackDown. We start off with Roman Reigns, our WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Comes down to the ring, reminds us how this past Monday on Raw, he Superman punched AJ in the mouth, and he's going to do it again this Sunday. And he, like a lot of people, do not believe AJ when he says he has nothing to do with Gallows and Anderson constantly beating up Reigns and beating up the Usos. And he wants AJ to come out to the ring and tell the truth. But he is not coming down to the ring. It is not AJ who enters the ring. No, no, no. It is the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Mark Donica, by the way, is rocking
What's up, Mark?
DJ
the music
Donica.
tonight. DJ Donica. He's got everything on lock tonight.
Spinning Johnston tunes left and right.
Jim Johnson's greatest hits of current WWE superstars. So Miz comes out and he wants recognition for being the first guy to say AJ's aligned with Gallows and Anderson, and he wants Reigns to thank him. Reigns doesn't thank him. Reigns punches him in the face.
Such an insult.
I know. All he wanted was a simple thank you.
Yeah, listen, as reporters, as like people who report the news on a daily basis, I would just like to say that he deserves this recognition. And I'm sad for him that he didn't get it.
It is tough, And if he was hanging out with Mizdow, he would have gotten a "You're welcome."
Yeah, he could have at least gotten that.
Yeah.
But no, Reigns had to punch him in the face and then graciously hand the Intercontinental Championship over to Maurice so then he could hold up the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. At least he didn't drop the title. I would have been really mad if he just dropped the title to the ground.
He could have done something sassy like that, though.
But A, that's a heel move. B, that's insulting the Intercontinental title.
That's true.
So I'm kind of glad that he at least handed it to Maurice.
Not Alundra Blaze it.
Yeah,
The
no
old
trash cans were around the ringside. They're under the ring, waiting for a hardcore title to come back.
Byron should have sat on one.
We're going to get to that in a little bit, because that was hilarious. Renee Young is backstage with the League of Nations. Now, this past Monday on Raw, they all lost their matches. didn't go well for them that night.
Well, that night, they weren't a group.
No, they all came out individually with their own music.
Yeah, not a team, not a league.
No.
Foolish.
If only we'd all been saying that this entire time.
Well, tonight they're saying that we're going to celebrate together and get a win because it was true that Barrett was the weak link. And they were like jumping up down, kind of cheering, chanting with each other, getting pumped up for the match because they called out any 3 guys. They will beat them. Doesn't matter who it is. Out comes League of Nations, and their opponents were the United States champion Kalisto.
And not his tag team partner.
And his opponent for this Sunday was not in the match.
Nope, didn't see him at all.
Nope.
Sami Zayn,
Yes.
whose opponent was not in this match.
True. Why would he be? He doesn't want to fight him.
Well, that's fair. That's a fair point. And the third member of the team, Cesaro, whose opponent was not in this match.
Double O Boro.
Well, okay, now you have to just go on with that because I'm going to tell you. You just got a lot of people angry at you.
No, I know. I just want to be able to express my opinion without upsetting people.
Hey, no, I know how that goes. I did it last week. And was that Double O Burrow? Are you calling him a donkey?
No, Double O Boro.
Okay.
As in he's still freaking boring.
Well,
And
how is it boring to you?
This is a great shtick. Like, if given to someone else, this, I'm sure, could be pulled off very well. But he couldn't speak before. He can't speak now. He wasn't pulling it off before, what they gave him. He's not pulling it off now. Listen, I subscribe to the Vince McMahon school of Cesaro. I agree. He's freaking boring. I'm just saying. He is fantastic in the ring. Obviously, one of the most talented wrestlers, albeit very boring.
So even the male stripper thing doesn't do it for you?
Nope, sorry.
The James Bond male stripper doesn't do it?
No.
You see? Well,
I mean, I'm saying all these guys
shows.
are half naked ripping it off.
I thought she was just seeing us on our day job, Scott.
Yeah,
Right?
I thought that's embarrassing. I don't like to know anyone out there.
You sexy beast.
That's us. So, as we go from them constantly celebrating League of Nations to, at the start of the match, they're arguing over who's going to start against Kalisto. And then Sheamus ends up starting, and 30 seconds in, Rusev and Del Rio both tag in at the same time. So all of a sudden, there's this constant arguing amongst them, which we really haven't seen at all in the last several months that these guys have been quote-unquote a group. And I use that term very loosely with them.
No,
go ahead.
It didn't make sense how that came out of nowhere. We needed a little more setup, like maybe a little something on Raw or a little something last couple weeks. Like, come on.
Maybe they filmed a table for 3 and no one was paying the bill. Everybody kept doing the bathroom move or something like that.
That would be smart, though, if they had a table for 3 episode that explained why they broke up.
That'd be amazing.
Like, all of a sudden, they break up during the table for 3, and then they have to You guys had to see this on the WWE Network. We'll show this little like they were arguing over the bill, and all of a sudden Rusev threw his water at Del Rio, and all just went to hell.
And then Barrett turned out to be their waiter and beat them all up at the end, getting revenge.
There you guys go, doing creative's job again.
We do that pretty well.
I don't have a lack of ideas. I don't know how they do.
Well,
or if they get shut down, rather.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's a train of ideas coming out of there.
I'm sure that was pitched at some point.
I hope so.
Probably by Barrett. Please, let me back in. Let me have something.
So Del Rio and Rusev just are constantly arguing to the point where then Sheamus gets involved trying to separate them, and they're all shoving each other. Del Rio just walks out on them in the middle of the match. And then that leaves Sheamus and Rusev to continue to argue with each other. They're trying to coexist. Rusev is holding Sami Zayn. Sheamus goes off to second rope for an axe handle. Zayn gets out of the way. Sheamus accidentally hits Rusev. Rusev then gets angry. He leaves. Now it's 3-on-1. And Sheamus does the smartest thing he could do at that point and gets the hell out of there and gets himself counted out.
He's got to go beat his beard again.
Yeah. His beard got unbeated because his League of Nations mate left him.
Get those WWE makeup divas on it.
Makeup divas?
That's what they call themselves. The hair and makeup team.
There are no more divas in WWE.
But those could be the divas now.
Hair and makeup are still divas. Mm-hmm.
So there we go. We found out who the divas are.
That's right. That's right. And now I'll talk about something actually wrestling related. I mean,
Okay.
would you
aren't
guys
you?
appreciate that?
Are you not?
I know. I know.
Yeah, you were.
I know. We had a lot of divas talk last week too. But
I enjoy it. I don't know why you think it's not
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, you might be the only one.
I never sit here like this, like, oh, jeez.
We're talking about the women again.
The worst.
Man. Well, no, I just want to why such a quick demise of the League of Nations after it hasn't worked for so long. That's been clear for so long. Why all of a sudden tonight was it like, all right, we're gonna give up now? Like they're finally done.
Yeah, because I mean, when the match ended, obviously it was so, like I said, Cesaro, Kalisto, and Zayn won by countout, and then the League of Nations was shown backstage arguing, continuing to shove each other. Sheamus pushes both of them into a door that's not attached to anything, and Sheamus pretty
The
much
old
says,
APA door.
"Yeah, that was." They just took the tape off it.
JBL's mad somewhere.
Sheamus announces that the league is finished. So I think we should just take a moment to reminisce and think of the good times of what could be considered the greatest faction in the history of sports entertainment.
Yeah, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and Mick Foley. Great times.
Well, no, I'm not
So
talking about.
good.
I'm talking about
The best three-man team
I'm
there's
talking
ever
about
been.
this three-man team that we
Yeah.
just had to say goodbye to.
That's right. Yeah, just at WrestleMania that one time. Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and Mick Foley. The greatest. Greatest.
I just want to take a minute just so we can talk about
It lasted
their
about
greatest
a minute.
hits.
Yeah, I mean, just running roughshod,
I mean,
everybody that got in their way.
the three of them together was just so
It was
powerful.
great. You didn't think they could do it. You thought maybe they had too many medical bills, but they had shirts to sell, so they went out there and wrestled.
Let's just take a moment
They did. Took several. Recapping
And-
all of it.
and play this American salute to
I
a
think it's
bunch of
called,
international
I think
wrestlers.
it's called Taps. No,
that
they're
what-
all from
no.
America. It was two of them from Texas and one of them from Long Island.
Oh, are we not talking about the same group?
Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, and Mick
Oh
Foley.
no, I'm talking about League of Nations.
I don't know who they are.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're done.
You guys are so fun.
I tried. End scene.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank God this group ended. They're so much better by themselves. Rusev with Lana is great. Del Rio, everyone forgets how amazing of a wrestler he is. Sheamus is a very talented brawler. Together, it didn't work. Let's move on. Let's forget this ever happened.
It worked enough to get New Day to be the good guys because you hated them so much that everyone cheered the New Day. So
Well,
like
New Day was
everybody
really getting cheered before that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
everybody
didn't need
liked
these
them.
guys
But
to
it
be
was
over.
fun to boo them, to rile them up. But then to have the group that no one liked, much like how you talk about The Miz, where it's like that guy that just no one likes, so they will boo him no matter what. That's what League of Nations were. They booed them no matter what, and then we had that at Mania, so they got booed no matter what, and then New Day became the top tag team good guys. So it served a purpose.
Well, and we shall see what's next for the three of them individually, because now obviously we got to throw in them on different stories and where they're gonna lie on the card.
And perhaps maybe a rivalry amongst them?
There could be. Turn one of them. Which one? That's the question. But from there, all our questions are answered.
Sheamus because Ninja Turtles is coming out in 2 months.
By the way, that faint voice you heard in the back, Jimbo's back on engineering us. What up, Jimbo?
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Swell. Well, speaking of answers and questions, we have the savior of the masses here to answer all our questions. Damien Sandow was on SmackDown, and he wrestled. Kinda.
And he was wearing hot pink.
He was wearing his usual getup,
Yeah, he was on his back a lot.
and he got 2 punches in against Baron Corbin.
As we all are in our pink hot pants at some point in the day.
I mean, I
Well,
may or may
you
not be
stopped by
wearing
our
them.
work, so
Yeah. Baron Corbin annihilated Damien Sandow tonight.
a little bit.
End of days. This was a massacre. Sandow got nothing in, but he was on TV, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So chalk it up for the year.
Yeah.
And shout out to our viewer who sent me those pictures of Baron Corbin back in the day before he was Baron Corbin. He was all fat and trying to play football.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, he lost a
blew
ton
me
of weight.
away.
He lost, Yeah, he was a lineman in the NFL, and he lost a ton of weight, like 100 pounds, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
Totally
a big
different
dude.
look.
Big dude. No Ziggler. You would have thought maybe something would happen with him since they're hyping up this match with Corbin this Sunday. But they just put over how much of a tear Corbin is on right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, he beat the intellectual savior of the masses. Who's done that recently?
I don't watch Main Event anymore, so probably everyone who's on Main Event that fights Sandow.
Okay.
That'd be my guess.
Gotcha.
Or Superstars.
I didn't realize he was on any television program. I thought he was just house shows.
That's what I mean. We don't watch these shows, so we don't know.
Renee Young backstage with AJ Styles. AJ doesn't care what Roman Reigns thinks, but he thinks he'll take the title from Roman this Sunday, and then Roman will not be calling him a liar. He'll be calling me champion. And by the way, I'll be out there for his match because tonight we know it's going to be champion versus champion, Reigns versus Miz in the main event.
I am ready for this match. I'm stoked on it. With a Chicago crowd, that's going to be
Reigns
cool.
and AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier today. I feel like the difference in like the cheers and the boos, the only thing that we could think to compare it to in recent memory in Chicago would be Cena Punk. Mm-hmm. I mean, it might not reach that level because Punk's from Chicago, but it's gonna be deafening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a raucous crowd.
Yeah.
And there's going to be lots of rumors that CM Punk is backstage when he's nowhere near the place.
Yeah, he's
Someone will spot a crushed
he's not
Pepsi
even in
can.
the city
Yeah,
at the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ambrose Asylum. Yep, this was not just a 1 week thing. We're really doing it.
Yay.
It went well though. I actually enjoyed it.
He's kind of a really good host.
He did pretty well.
Yeah.
And the introduction of Mitch.
Mitch the Plant. Mm-hmm. We have a name.
Mitch the Ficus.
Mitch the Ficus. Nobody better harm Mitch. Mitch is a good guy.
Mm-hmm. We don't want to see him go the way of Francesca.
Oh, Mitch number 2?
Don't bring up terrible memories. It's almost as sad as my all-time favorite group disbanding tonight.
Stone Cold Shawn Michaels and Mick Foley. Boy, nah, it seemed like it was months ago, really.
Was it? I felt like it was just happened tonight.
I think your timeline's off.
I mean, they were so dominant.
Yeah.
And be able to take on any opponent.
From all over the world.
Yeah.
Crush them. Have a couple Steve Weisers trying to show to the camera desperately. Doesn't work out.
Are we talking about the same group?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Ambrose starts off bringing up Jericho, and that his biggest mistake on Raw when Jericho locked him in the walls, Jericho on the announce table, was that he let him go. Shouldn't let me go, because this Sunday I'm going to turn Bon Jovi into Meatloaf. Zing! Yes, rim shot for that one. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, wish I'd come up with that.
But then Ambrose calms himself down, gets himself ready, takes some Tic Tacs, because he's about to start hosting the Ambrose Asylum, and his guest is Natalya. And Natalya reminds everyone that Bret the Hitman Hart will be in her corner this Sunday when she goes after the Women's Championship. Thus, out comes the Women's Champion. Who would have thunk it? Charlotte comes out and mentions that Natty should be ashamed of herself for parading her uncle around after all he has been through. To be fair, he did just beat cancer.
But he has medical bills, damn it. He's got to get out there.
I think he has more money than I do.
Well, it's debatable.
Is it?
You're both in the wrestling
Is it really
industry.
debatable?
I mean, he took this job coming to be in Natty's corner for the day, so
Yeah.
I never know.
Well, I mean, they could have definitely given me that. I would have been in Natty's corner.
What are you in relation to Natty?
A fan.
That's so sweet.
Do you even have one of her shirts?
I have a Bret Hart shirt.
Ooh, yeah. Then they.
It says Hart on it.
Okay.
You know what? You could probably just wear that, and I bet no one would know the difference between you and him.
We do look strikingly similar.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes from afar, I'm like, wait, is that? Oh no, it's just Christian.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I look like a 50-year-old Canadian with very long hair.
You are the pink and black. Your face is constantly blushing and pink.
And I wear black shirts.
Yeah, so.
That's a great point.
The pink and black attack. Here I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I look more like Anvil than Brett. Just without the damn beard. Just
Grow it.
yeah. That's impossible for me to grow. And
Yeah, I'm not
Scott,
surprised to hear
I
that.
have to refrain from shaving for like a year to have what you currently have in your face. And you don't have a
I
whole
thought you were
lot.
talking about what I used to have.
Oh no, what you used to have. Go back to the archives and look at Scott's masterpiece that he had on his face. That is physically impossible for me to have.
Yeah, dudes love it.
I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
you're
we
gonna have to
talking
go
like a
back to the
full-on,
archives.
like a
You thought-
Daniel Bryan situation, or what?
Yeah.
pretty close.
I used to think more Luke Harper was what I was going for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
He was a lumberjack.
Dark times.
Did you catch a lot of ladies with that beard?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
But at our
come
day
up and be
job,
like, it's amazing. It's amazing because it's just this freedom that it's like, you gave up. You just gave up.
So yeah, Charlotte said that. Rick, but Rick is different having him by her side because he's legendary. He's a 16-time champion, and he's her coach. Ric Flair then grabs the mic and says that he beat Brett in WWE and WCW, and if Vince sent us to the moon, he would beat him there.
He's not wrong.
And then in some
Moonomania.
incredible editing, all of a sudden Ric Flair no longer has a microphone.
Yeah,
And
is
the
that
microphone's
all
back to
he
Charlotte.
said? What's up with that?
Yeah, there were a lot of reports from people that were in attendance that
There's video footage online.
and there's
Yeah.
video for people filmed it. That Ric Flair in his promo told Natty she should kill herself.
Yeah, but who cares? I don't see what the big deal is,
Yeah,
really.
you're right. To be fair, he said, go kill yourself. So it wasn't telling her to do it right there in front of everyone.
And he
Yeah.
says something in the video clips that I saw. No one is playing what he says right before then. So the context of the entire line is not there. So
That's true.
What was the rest of it? Do you remember?
Well, so it's like, so you should go kill yourself. I'm assuming he's saying something like, if you think that Brett is better than I am, like it's some sort of leap of thought where it's like, if you think this, you're wrong. And then instead of those words, he says, go kill yourself. But to Rick's credit, he's not going off a script. This is what we want forever. We want stream of consciousness. We want someone just saying stuff. And what does that mean? Does he really mean to go kill herself? No. Rick's being Rick.
Oh.
So, is it offensive? How is it offensive to Natalya? I really don't understand.
Rick's been being Rick all week long.
No,
There's something
yeah.
going on with him.
Rick's been Rick for...
Well, Rick cut his hand at an airport,
Yeah, but there are a lot of reports saying that he was very disoriented and
and TMZ
I'm
and
sure- I
our
mean,
buddy
he's old
Ryan
and he
Satin
travels
at
and he's
Pro Wrestling
tired.
Sheet reported that he was not at all drunk. There was no alcohol in his system at the time.
That can't be.
I know
There's
it sounds
always a
impossible.
steady stream, I
Although
think,
I
going to
do-
keep him alive.
I do believe everything that Ryan Satin says.
Yeah, because
That guy knows what's up.
He's the only. It's not even a dirt sheet, but it's the only
No.
site that I will believe.
That guy breaks news like crazy.
But Scott, getting back to your point, how it shouldn't have been offensive and things like that. I completely agree with you. Except like in the day and age and all the PC stuff that is going on and all the anti-bullying things WWE does on a TV PG program, that
Parental guidance.
again, I'm not disagreeing
Kids,
with
don't
you.
kill yourselves.
Yeah,
You
try
don't.
to avoid that.
But they're
No matter
hitting
what
each
you
other
think
with
of Ric Flair and Bret Hart.
sledgehammers and hitting each other with stuff. Like, it's always under a threat of violence and everything like that. And he is a bad guy. Rick
How
is
is
a
that
bad
any
guy.
different from Nikki telling Bree she should have died in the womb?
Yes!
I
Jimbo.
agree.
That's very
I agree. I
true.
thought that was ridiculous, and that was not PG too.
That was
But it's
so
parental
sad.
guidance. That's what
I'm gonna
PG
need a minute
means.
now.
It's not G. It's not general audiences. We're talking PG. It's a step up. You have to talk with her. You can go like, yeah, they're all fighting, and this is a little violent. And you got to understand, don't do this to your friends. Careful with your words. Otherwise, you may be a bad guy like Ric Flair.
And be a 16-time champion and 2-time Hall of Famer.
If you want to go that route, go that route.
Well, Natalya says it's time the WWE Universe got a champ they deserve. And this interview segment ends with no violence. It was a stare down. Charlotte and Rick left the ring on their own accord. And Ambrose Asylum was peaceful, which is really hard to believe. But from there, we get New Day. And, New Day, they're swell.
I was hungry for some bootios.
Were you?
Hungry.
Yeah, and her pointing at her shirt as she always does, where she really looks like she's pointing at her, you know.
I finally got mine in the mail.
Your boobs?
My bootios.
Oh.
My boobios are.
You should have brought it in.
They're
I wanted to see
Thailand.
it.
Oh, well, the shirt came in the complete wrong size.
Oh, did it?
No.
Yeah, so the box is labeled what size the shirt should be, and then inside it was a double XL.
Oh, that fits me.
Oh, okay.
I actually had my WWE order, my last one, stolen from my apartment building from the mailboxes. And when I called, they were like, oh, actually, we can resend it because it's under a certain amount, but now they're out of the shirts, so.
What?
I know. Yeah.
What shirt was it?
I got like 4XL and 5XL, the Brie mode and the Team Bella, because I was going to cut them up and make them into dresses. And because they only have the big sizes left, and then a Fearless Nikki. But no dice, because they're not going to be selling that stuff anymore. It's like, oh,
Clearance rack until they're gone.
When you see
Yeah,
your
now they're
mailman
gone.
in a Bella dress.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
Well, the New Day, they take over the tag team division. They're taking over the mic promos, and now they're just taking over the commentary booth.
Why not?
And they make Morrow, Byron, and Lawler leave the announce table so they can commentate the next match, and they make Byron sit down on the floor next to the announce table. And he looks so sad, and it's so great.
He played it off so well. I love though how Mauro Ranallo, when New Day first came out, and we're like, "Get up, guys!" He was the first one. He like jumped out of his chair, was like, "All right, guys, whatever you say," like, and ran away.
Well,
The other ones were a little more hesitant, but Mauro was like, "Oh, sure, whatever."
Well, because Jerry Lawler's a former wrestler or Hall of Fame wrestler, still makes appearances. Byron Saxton was wrestling in NXT for a little bit. He's a young guy. When you're a play-by-play commentator, I'm a play-by-play commentator. Second wrestler comes in, I am scared to death. Like, no, don't hurt me because I'm a weakling. I'm just a mild-mannered commentator. One punch will kill me. I have the strength of a referee.
Oh, one punch will kill you, huh?
Oh. To everyone,
Don't go one punch yourself.
To everyone listening, I apologize for my... I thought the show was PG.
Don't go home and punch yourself, will you?
I hate you so much.
This show is now rated PG for language
not
and
anymore.
violence.
Not anymore.
And content.
So New Day is doing all the commentary for the match, and the match is Social Outcast members Axel and Bo Dallas versus Enzo and Cass, who are in the #1 contenders match this Sunday. Enzo calls himself Muscles Marinara tonight.
I love him.
He's so much fun.
He really is.
Vaudevillains come out onto the stage in the middle of the match just to observe. Really wasn't a whole lot to describe in the actual match. It was just being entertaining to listen to New Day try to do commentary, make fun of everything and everyone. Rocket launcher for the win. Enzo and Cass victorious. Vaudevillains do a little golf clap at top of the stage. Enzo and Cass point at them like, we're going to beat you, and then they turn around and point to New Day, and then we're going to go for those titles. And in a nutshell, that was the whole segment. But again, you just can't put into words what New Day was doing.
The generic broadcaster, old-timey white guy commentary that Big E was doing was busting me up.
Oh, here's another arm drag.
Let's see how Enzo responds here. Just so funny. And they have great rhythm and timing with each other where they can overlap in what they're saying, but you're not missing anything. Mm-hmm. Like, it's still all being caught, and just they're so great together. It's so great.
Yeah. Speaking of really great together, I love the Social Outcasts, and apparently this week's Believe That has something to do with a Social Outcast member.
Oh.
So with that, let us begin. Believe That. So many explosions. That's not PG either.
That's what the people come for.
They come for the explosions?
Yes.
Well, what do we got this weekend?
All right, gentlemen, this one is particularly juicy. Tell me, do you believe this? That there is more to the story on Adam Rose and Connor's suspensions for violating the drug policy than sort of meets the eye. Now, people are saying Connor didn't actually test for anything illegal. Adam Rose himself says his doctor in WWE cleared the med that he was on, and there's really only been like 2 guys before these 2 in the last 4 years that have been punished for the wellness policy. So
That's
people
it?
are like,
Really?
yeah. So people are like, and now there's 2
Randy Orton's been
out of
punished
nowhere.
like 4 times himself.
Not like in the same way as Adam and Connor. It was just Ricardo Rodriguez in like 2013, and then El Torito last year. So people just think that there's something going on, that these 2 guys both came out at the same time.
Failing the wellness
I think Hornswoggle was too.
What were those 2 guys on?
That's another question.
Well, so people are saying that there's something sinister going on here, and these guys did not violate the drug wellness policy.
Okay.
Do you gentlemen believe that?
I mean, I believe that Adam Rose certainly making the argument for it. I mean, he tweeted it out himself about it, and there's, I mean, in sports in general, there's such this fine line, because you'll hear other professional athletes in other sports, they get suspended for violating that league's their policy, but like, oh no, we had this okayed by this person, but maybe it was like, oh, that refill wasn't, and they didn't get it, or maybe they took more of what they were supposed to, or this person no longer has permission to give the okay, or there's so many different gray areas. I'm sure there's some type of argument. It's not going to go away. It's not going to get rescinded. He's still going to serve the suspension. So, I mean, these ones are. I believe there's controversy behind it, and I believe that there's right and wrong on both sides of it. But, I mean, what exactly am I trying to officially believe or not in this case?
Do you think that they violated the wellness policy and that's why they've been suspended, or that there's something else going on that we don't all know about?
Oh, like they have an ulterior motive to suspend Adam Rose and
That
Connor?
WWE does, yes.
No, I don't believe that.
No?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, what would they have against Adam Rose, a guy in a stable that never wins, and Connor, a guy who's been in developmental for years?
You never know what these guys are doing on the road, hey.
You're right. I don't know what they're doing on the road. But why would you have an ulterior motive against those 2 particular guys?
Yeah.
Scott?
A business where someone has weird vendettas against one another and then takes them out of the business or revises the history of them within it. Not in the wrestling industry, no way. You know, I've never thought about this before. This is totally new information to me. And, you know, I don't know much about the wellness policy at all. I know everybody always goes to, oh, they're testing for steroids or just flat out, you know, illegal narcotics. But I'm sure there's so much more to that.
They're all
stuff
different, there's all different ones on the list.
Yeah, and there's so many things that to keep a body that size that are legal, you know, vitamins or different prescription drugs that people take. No idea what that is. No idea if you're going over limits or what any of that stuff is. So I speak from total ignorance from that. But I don't know. I don't even have any weird Ventura conspiracy theories as to why it would be the case or why they would try and put it under that umbrella of it's wellness rather than just flat out saying what it is and either make an example out of them or a direct firing if it was something else bigger. Like, I don't know why they would keep an employee if something worse happened. So I don't. I think it's... I will go with it's the original intention of it's the wellness policy.
All right, Scott and Christian do not believe that. Stop saying it, dirt sheets.
Yes, Scott and I said so, therefore, remove it.
No, I'm intrigued. Keep printing it.
Scott wants to read more of it.
More stories.
Let's get Meltzer on that shit.
Yeah.
R-Truth is backstage. For some reason, he has a cell phone duct taped to a branch. Goldust comes out. I mean, just how last week when they danced together, he thought it felt right, and he's like, you know what? Maybe we should team together. Maybe Golden Truth is a thing. And you know what? Let's do it, partner. And out comes Tyler Breeze. And Truth is just like, oh no, this is my new partner. I'm like, you were right before. We should just remain friends. We're known as Gorgeous Truth now.
That works.
And then they leave together. And then Fandango comes in.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but when we were trying to make up names for everyone that he would be with, wasn't that one of the suggestions by one of our chat rollers?
I think it was.
What?
Yeah.
What, Fandango?
With Breeze.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about Goldust and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah. Wasn't that one of the names that people suggested?
Yeah, but it's R-Truth and Tyler Breeze.
Oh, right. Yeah. Never mind.
They
they were
flipped the
close.
script on us.
They did. They did. They tricked us. Mm-hmm. So
I don't
Fandango.
have the chat roll open, but I can see my name on Scott's chat roll. Are people talking crap?
No.
Nobody's talking crap.
They're talking about Jack Swagger always smokes marijuana. But
Yeah, he got arrested. Can't go into Canada.
Oh,
Then that was a suspension.
well.
yeah, but
There was a much juicier Believe That, but it was about Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows and AJ Styles, and that's what it was about last week. So I didn't want to, I'm trying to switch it up for the people.
Well, that's fine. No, but
Give you a little variety.
let's talk about Fandango trying to console Goldust with his gyrating. Christy's doing a perfect impression of it right now.
15 years of dance, people.
There it is, right there. That's what you can get from it.
That's actually my signature move.
So I am all ready for the Gorgeous Truth versus Goldango in the tag team match, and just Truth and Goldust just have such, like, they want to fight each other but they can't. They want to team but they can't because they're on opposite sides of the ring, and so much drama.
It's like when Goldie met Truthy. Like, this is
Yes.
just, the timing is never right, and it's going to be years down the line when they finally tag. Oh, it's heartbreaking.
And they keep flipping the script. Now it's Goldust that wants to team with Truth again. I'm loving the fact this story should have ended a year ago at this point. But they keep finding ways to keep it going, and it's so damn entertaining.
Mm-hmm. It's really good stuff.
And we've gotten a little bit of everything from it, so it works.
We have.
Yeah.
And we've gotten something for Tyler Breeze and Fandango to do.
Yeah, other guys are getting showcased in this.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Tyler Breeze and Fandango.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Well, if we are really down,
The chat roll is rousingly believing with me.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've
I
seen
want to
at
know
least
more
3
reasons
or
why.
4 believes. They believe me.
I'm also seeing a lot of talk about Jeff Hardy.
Oh yeah.
I think this chat roll is a few years old at this point.
He would come up in a conversation about
that
this.
was more than 4 years ago, though.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
also
that was
it's
a lot
like,
more than 4 years ago.
Jeff's very clean now, and it's been very public that he's good. Ever since he had his daughter, he's good to
And
go.
also, these guys don't watch TNA. I do.
What's that?
I do. Why do you?
Oh, you
always
do?
say
Oh, I
don't
thought
do
you
stuff?
didn't.
No,
No,
he's
we're just not allowed to talk about it
He's
here.
in love with it.
Oh, okay. I have some stuff.
Hey, breaking news tonight.
Yeah,
we get-
that was going to be in our news. Our news and gossip.
Okay.
We'll
I wasn't
get into
sure.
it.
I was way too excited.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
But guys, before we do that, we got to get down to Puerto Rico and check out the clubs.
Yes.
Other people in Puerto Rico.
Apparently, the women are like no one else on the planet.
I'm surprised. This is what we talked about last week, that there are no other citizens in Puerto Rico.
And finally, we see some.
Well, if they're gonna make such a big deal though out of how hot the ladies are, I mean, that was rude. I take it back. I won't finish my
Wow.
sentence.
Rosa Mendes?
Wasn't Rosa Mendes is from Puerto Rico as well?
Yeah, but she wasn't in this one.
Right, and that's why it's kind of weird. It's like, well, she's still there, right? Or
Rosa
did she
Mendes?
get a?
She just said she had a baby like 2 months ago.
Yeah, and
She's been off the road for a while.
Oh, they should get that baby
She's
in the
also been
segment,
cut from the cast of Total Divas. Yes, they should have the baby.
like Maxell Hardy in TNA. The Battle of the Babies.
Oh my god, I love it when Rebby gets angry.
Baby Night Wars.
okay.
Yes.
Meanwhile, to a show that people actually watch.
This is the guy that works in the independent wrestling company.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you want people to support all wrestling?
I do. I really do.
Also had to believe that about TNA and Ring of Honor. But
Okay, well, we haven't enough
You
believe
would have
that.
said. You would have said.
We got to get through the rest of the show. Music, gossip, and predictions.
Oh, we had extra time today. We're good.
No, we got only like 15 more minutes.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
You got
Paul,
at least 22 minutes.
Oh, we got 22 minutes according to Jimbo. So we got
Max
22.
L. Hardy, the best baby in all of wrestling today. Now, Rosa Mendez, if your baby's going to be on... Oh, sorry.
Apollo Crews versus Stardust rematch from Raw. Quick, simple match here. Made Crews look good again. Crews with the sit-down powerbomb for the win.
And his leg hurt afterwards.
Yeah.
And he hurt, and he went to go celebrate on the rope, and it still hurt. There's a lot of people that don't do that nowadays.
Yeah, he sold what the story was being told in that match.
He is not indestructible.
Yeah, I
No,
like
he is
him a lot.
human. I love Apollo Crews. What are they gonna do? What are they doing with Stardust? He's just losing left and right.
Yeah, but sometimes that has to happen. Maybe you'll be a tag team partner of somebody in the near future.
Maybe the cosmic
like a-
wasteland will once again appear.
Well, one of them is suspended right now, so
Well, maybe that'll have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll just be Stardust and what's his name, Victor.
Or our truth will stick it to him and then tag with, Stardust.
maybe.
Oh, that would be a bunch of weird guys
Just
being
throw
comical.
everything in the mix.
Yeah.
Every guy in the lower card somehow gets teamed with Goldust or R-Truth before they finally partner up together. Eventually, we're gonna have.
Roman Reigns will be on there too. We'll boo him, and then R-Truth will get cheered.
I was saying Darren Young, but I guess we'll go all the way up to Roman Reigns.
Fred Aaron,
Young
where
and
are
Truth.
you?
Yeah, where is Darren Young?
I don't know. They're not using him for
He
some
was
reason.
injured for a while. He's still around and does
No,
stuff, a lot of
he's-
appearances, but
I mean, he's been fine. He was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
yeah, no, he's been back for quite a while. But I'm saying,
Well, so was Tatanka, and I can't keep track of everybody.
Main event: Roman Reigns versus The Miz. AJ is ringside. Gave a lot of time for this match. I thought Miz. They're making Miz look like a formidable opponent, even though we know he will lose to the WWE champion, showing that the Intercontinental champion is tough and can hang with the main eventers. I thought they did a very good job at that. Reigns does get the win with a spear. AJ enters the ring after the match, has a stare down with Reigns, but all of a sudden out comes Anderson and Gallows. And Reigns just runs out after them. They start brawling. AJ's just kind of standing there while Gallows and Anderson are beating up Reigns. Out come the Usos to help their cousin. They start brawling with Gallows and Anderson. Once again, AJ is just standing there watching. Then he eventually goes over to one of the Usos, be like, "Hey, I had nothing to do with this." Da 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 da. And the Uso punches him in the face. That makes AJ mad, and he beats the crap out of the Uso.
yeah, we had angry AJ tonight. I liked it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then Gallows got his back right away.
Yep. Gallows then saved AJ from getting speared. Mm-hmm. And
It's a good friend.
then AJ and Reigns go back and forth a little bit. Reigns goes for a Superman punch. AJ gets out of the way just in time and has a stare down with Reigns as SmackDown goes off the air. Of course, that leaves a question that we've been asking the last few weeks. Will Gallows and Anderson help AJ this Sunday?
No, they're going to turn on him, and it will be revealed that he's been aligned with Roman Reigns this entire time. And then Finn Balor will come out, and it will be the introduction of the Balor Club.
Okay, so that was her prediction for the main event of the prediction segment.
You asked what was going to happen.
I was asking.
I told you.
All right. Fair enough. Well, before we get into the rest of the predictions, we got news and gossip we got to do. I was waiting for the little news and gossip jingle. Oh, well.
News and gossip coming at your face.
There it is. So, first off, Scott, why don't you break this news that you wanted to break earlier?
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite guys in TNA for years. A guy who can do absolutely everything in
Shark
any
boy.
role you put him in. Probably a good personal friend of his. Eric Young showed up in NXT tonight.
Yes, he did.
Oh my god.
Huge, huge debut.
Yeah.
Between Joe as the new champion, Eric Young, Bobby Roode showed up at TakeOver. Big changes are happening in NXT.
And Kathy Kelly, it was on Twitter. I'm sure it's everywhere. I'm sure it's even on Tout. She interviewed Eric Young
Tout?
Post his match, so check that out. And it's great. I mean, not huge breaking things that he's saying like, oh, I got a contract and it's for this many months or anything, but it's just cool to see any glimpse you can of Eric Young and then Kathy Kelly there with him. So awesome stuff.
Yep. And speaking of Kathy Kelly, some people, this is actually news that got, I mean, it's not about her per se, but I think kind of pertains to her, and the fact that WWE has released commentator Rich Brennan.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Rich Brennan was released, I think, a couple days ago
By the New Day?
by the New Day.
Oh man, they are relentless with these commentators.
So part of the thing would be, hey, maybe that's kind of making room for Kathy to do the interviews backstage at NXT. Because, I mean, I've talked about it on the show before, when Rich was the play-by-play guy for SmackDown for a little while, I thought he did a very good job.
He did.
Obviously, Morrow came in, and Morrow just blows anyone out of the water. But then Rich was just kind of just around. They didn't really have a regular spot for him.
He's in that tough middle ground spot where he's a newer guy, but they hired the bigger commentating name.
Yeah.
So
He did seem very out of place, although I thought he did great.
Yeah, and his last recorded interview was for WWE.com for Din in Between Raw, interviewing Becky Lynch while she was eating a salad.
What a way to go out.
So
hard hitting.
Although I would take any interview I could get with Becky Lynch.
I'm a big fan of Rich Brennan. I think he'll get some other great job. And Rich, if you're in LA, come on the show.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, and it's probably one of those things where it's, look, we just have so many other things going on right now. It's in good graces, I would hope.
Yeah.
So nothing, no bad blood.
Yeah, he sent out a tweet that just seemed very, cool. Like, he's cool.
And they promoted it this past Monday on Raw. But John Cena has announced that he is making his return on Memorial Day. So Cena, with an injury that should be taking him out for 9 to 10 months, is going to be back in 5.
Sounds about right.
It's insane.
Because he eats those American grits.
He eats the American grits.
He eats the American grits and heals you up right good.
And for a crazy prediction, I'll call it right now. Cena makes his return on Memorial Day. In the middle of his promo, out comes Seth Rollins on his return.
And then they both eat Kalisto.
Yes. They both enjoy a meal of Kalisto.
You might be onto something there, actually. There have been several reports that Seth Rollins will be back soon.
I mean, he's probably around the same timetable as Cena. But with that, we got to get into predictions this Sunday in Chicago. I don't know what that was. Did I do the accent well? Chicago?
No.
No, that was terrible.
It's very
I apologize to everyone in Chicago. Chicago? I can't do
What
it.
is a chip?
I don't know.
That was a little more
Shit.
Minnesota than...
Chicago.
I don't know. I'm just from Boston. I can do the Boston accent. Anyway, Payback's in Chicago. This card is stacked. This crowd is going to go nuts all night. And of course, we're going to do the AfterBuzz for you on it Sunday night after the pay-per-view.
Yay!
Kickoff match. A rematch from the kickoff match at WrestleMania. United States Championship on the line. Kalisto is defending against Ryback. That's right. These two are still feuding.
And they're still on the pre-show. Even after it looked last week like Ryback complained, and then they got a little bit of a reward.
The match
they're
they
back
had
on the damn pre-show.
The match they had last week was the only interaction these two have had since WrestleMania. And they somehow have a whole nother... Their feud is continuing.
Because they're going to give the belt to Ryback.
So you're saying Ryback. Scott?
I say Ryback. They're not doing anything different or interesting with Kalisto, and I think they just forget and get bored, and then they go, the big person gets the belt.
I said Ryback at WrestleMania. I'm gonna say Ryback tonight or Payback as well.
Kalisto.
And
Whoa.
Jimbo wants to be that guy.
He is that guy.
And
Are
say
you trying to pick a
Kalisto.
fight, Jimbo?
No, but I just got 2 elite Kalisto figures for my birthday, and I can't wait to play with them.
By the way, Jimbo's birthday is coming up, so I want everyone to tweet, Instagram, tout,
Yeah.
Friendster, MySpace, classmates, everything to wish Jimbo a happy birthday. He's turning 57 this weekend.
Send pictures of your favorite action figures that you have to Jimbo.
Love that.
Yes.
Honestly,
I would love
I
that.
would love that.
Please do that.
Collection Showdown.
Or someone make a Jimbo action figure. If someone could do that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All you whittlers out there
Yes,
watching
a lot of
AfterBuzz.
whittlers.
I feel like that would have been a good gift from his friends. Like, should have thought of that a couple weeks ago.
Oh, too bad
Sorry,
I'm not
Jimbo.
his friend. Ha 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 ha. Oh,
Still
wait.
got like 4 days if you could whittle wood.
Get to whittling.
I'll try whittling.
Oh, great. More medical bills. Old thumbless Rosenberg over here.
Yep. The finals of the #1 contender tag team tournament, which is sponsored by Bootios. They make sure.
You ain't booty.
Jesus.
I thought you just wanted us to point. I thought you
How
were going to say
many
it.
times have I tried that with you guys? It never works.
2.
Has it only been 2? I feel like it's been a million.
I haven't been paying attention.
Enzo and Big Cass versus the Vaudevillains. Winner will get a shot at the New Day for the Tag Team Championship. Dudleys are not done with Enzo and Cass. They're going to interfere. Vaudevillains win.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it'll go to Enzo and Cass. Although that's a cute little storyline.
Thanks for making me feel all adorable. Scott?
I don't know. I'm going to be calling for Chinese food during this match. Vaudevillains.
Jimbo, what about you?
I say Enzo and Kaz because I think the money is like them versus New Day on the mics.
That's what I'm
That'll
saying.
Be so entertaining.
That will be very entertaining. I just don't know if they're going to do that yet because they haven't finished their feud with Dudley's. That's why I don't know.
But we already forgot about it. I did.
While we're bringing that up,
Yes, Jimbo.
me and Christy were talking about how they should have brought Camilla up with Enzo and Kaz, and I heard a rumor that the reason they may have not is because a Velvet Sky might be coming to join the Dudleys with Bubba Ray,
Ooh.
and then they'll bring Carmella up.
Should we
What
hit
do
the
you guys
believe
think
that
about
music
that?
again?
I don't know, but
I mean,
May I take this opportunity for once to say I absolutely believe that. And I think it's genius and I would love it.
Be pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
we'll wait and see. Wait and see. And
Did that bum you out? What happened?
I've never been a Velvet Sky fan.
Okay.
Nah.
Hey,
I don't know.
that's fine. There's
She's on this thing. She was on this thing called TNA.
No, I'm aware.
Let the pigeons loose. Whatever
I'm aware.
that means still.
Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Does anybody think Ziggler's going to win this match?
No.
Corbin's winning this match for sure.
Yeah.
Jimbo?
What's the point of the match?
I think Ziggler wins, but by DQ. Like Baron won't stop beating him up. So
Okay.
he has to DQ it.
So in the books, you're saying a win for Ziggler, but Corbin's just going to look super strong.
Exactly.
Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. This one, I think, could really go. I think this is going to be the biggest toss-up of the show. I'm going with Jericho. I think this feud is not over after this Sunday. And he might cheat his way to a win somehow, but I think they're going to let Jericho get the win here.
I agree. Jericho.
I don't think the feud will be over, but I feel like Ambrose is on a roll. I think he might take it.
All right. Jimbo?
I'm with Christy. I got Ambrose.
All right. Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz defending against Cesaro. What they've been doing with the Miz and Maurice, making that title much bigger than it's been for a little while. I think it's too soon for him to drop it. I'm going to say Cesaro technically wins, but it's going to be by DQ. So Miz will retain the title, and then they can continue it on. So, again, in my books, I'm saying Cesaro, but I'm expecting Miz to still have the title.
Yeah, you got me convinced. You're right. Miz has to hold on to the title either way.
So are you saying Miz or Cesaro then?
I like that. I'm gonna say Cesaro.
Okay.
Miz.
Jimbo?
I think it's going to be like you said, but it'll be like Cesaro thinks he wins and they like hand him the belt and everything and he's celebrating and then they're like, no. Sorry, you didn't win. And they take the title back and hand it to Miz.
All right. And also
A little Miss Universe action.
Yeah. Steve Harvey is guest ring announcer. Also, our tiebreaker for this pay-per-view. How many Cesaro swings will happen on Miz? I'm saying 20.
I'm gonna go with 11.
15.
Jimbo?
10.
All right. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, a.k.a. the match is going to steal this damn show. It's one of those matches where both of them kind of need the win. Both of them have been losing quite a few big matches lately. This is not certainly going to be the last time these two face each other. This is going to be the type of feud that they'll go for a few months, then take like 6 months off, then renew their feud, then take a year off, then renew it again.
They're going to be best frenemies forever.
Yes.
They're going to be regular Cena's and Ortons. They
Yeah,
are.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be the new Cena Orton, but a lot more entertaining.
And a little less sexy.
Well,
Whoa.
depending on what your fetish is. This
Yeah. I mean,
all those chubby chases out there.
Oh, that's true.
Don't frown.
Those are probably the ladies who like the beards. Also.
Oh, they were in existence.
I'm gonna say Zayn wins this one. It's not gonna obviously, like I said, be over by a long shot, but I say Sammy wins this match.
I say this is a no winner.
Just no contest.
Yeah, no contest.
That's actually a very good possibility. I didn't even think of that. It's a very good possibility, Christy.
Yeah, maybe Owens will end up walking out. No contest.
Well, if he walks out, then he loses by countout.
Oh, right. That was not well thought out.
No,
because I
it
was
was
just thinking
not.
Owens. I was gonna go with Owens, but then I like that idea.
Do you want to say
You
no
guys have
contest
such
then?
great ideas. No. I'm gonna stick with Owens on this one.
Okay, so I'm
I
Zayn.
think they're just gonna try to piss off the fans even more by being like, "Oh, see, Sami Zayn lost again." Remember how we gave him that title for like 2 seconds? You guys were so mad about it. Look what we're doing now.
All right, so you say Owens. Scott says no contest. I say Sammy. Jimbo?
I say double DQ or a no contest.
So no contest as well. Women's Championship on the line. Charlotte with her daddy Ric Flair in her corner versus Natalya with her uncle Bret Hart in the corner. Natalya's not winning the title. Charlotte wins.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but true.
Natalya wins but doesn't get the title.
So, like a DQ finish for that one. Jimbo?
I think Charlotte wins.
All right.
Because I'm going with the Believe That we did a while back in order to continue on.
Yeah, I like that.
I have to stay with the continuity.
Finally, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, our champion Roman Reigns defends against AJ Styles. Will Gallows and Anderson get involved? Will the Usos get involved? Will someone else magically show up? Roman Reigns wins. He retains.
AJ Styles.
New champion?
Yeah.
All right. Christy?
Roman Reigns.
Jimbo?
I gotta go with Roman Reigns.
All right. And then also, not really one to predict, but Vince has decided who's controlling Raw between Shane or Stephanie. Is he actually going to pick one of them? Are we going to have a brand split? Is he just going to say Triple H? Is he going to say he's running it? Is Teddy Long coming back? I mean, what's going to happen?
Linda
Brand split.
McMahon.
Linda.
Ooh, Linda.
Yeah. Things are going to get real boring.
Aw.
No, she's not entertaining. She's great.
Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe the anonymous GM comes back. Who knows?
Oh, God.
We'll
Yeah,
see what
Hornswoggle's
happens.
Definitely gonna come back and take over.
Who?
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle?
He was the anonymous GM.
I know.
The bunny.
Maybe the bunny is going to be the new...
Bunny's dead, guys.
Shh. Don't say that.
That's right.
No, I'm not threatening the bunny to go kill itself. I wouldn't be doing something that drastic.
No, but I mean, you're making it feel almost as sad as I felt earlier tonight when we saw the greatest faction of all time come to an end. It was, I mean, they had so much potential.
Swig a beer for the greatest stable in all the time.
So with that, we want to know what you're predicting for Payback. Make sure you leave the comments on the YouTube page. And, of course, you can reach out to us on the various forms of social media. Hey, Christy, how can people reach out to you?
I would love it if they would follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at Christy Reports. And please also check out ChristyReports.com.
Hey, Scott, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And this week was the Best of Bits Volume 1, so some of our favorite moments from our open door policy with many of our guests stopping by and causing mayhem. So if you've never listened before, that's a great one to jump in on.
Hey, Jimbo, birthday boy.
You can follow me on Twitter at DJimboSlice with 2 E's and check me out on the Lucha Underground After Show.
There you go. And you can follow me on Twitter at Will Rosenberg, Instagram, The Will Rosenberg. And, of course, the T-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. Enjoy Payback. Check out the AfterBuzz after show for Payback this Sunday night. For Christy Olson, Scott Narver, and Jimbo in the booth, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We will see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.